October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and tonight we have the story of a mom in Detroit who says her baby saved her life. She was diagnosed with terminal cancer when she was just 14 weeks pregnant, but refused to follow the doctor's advice to get an abortion and instead delivered a healthy baby boy. Mother of four, Jessica Hanna, is cancer-free and joins us now to share her story. Hi, Jessica.
Hi.
Jessica, we are so happy to hear you and your son, who's now one, are doing great. So tell us, how did your son save your life?
Well, I was in Canada at the time when I found the dent in my breast, which turned out to be cancer. But the problem was in Canada during the pandemic, healthcare was a little bit hard to get access of. And when they first looked at my dent, they actually misdiagnosed it. They misdiagnosed it as benign. And I went to it wasn't even a breast health center, it's whatever I could get at the time. And so I was excited. It was benign. And then we got pregnant with our fourth son. And that's what saved my life, because when I went to see the OB for that appointment, he asked me, well, what's new with you? And of course, I thought of that dent and I thought, you know what, now that I'm pregnant, maybe we should double check this. So had I not been pregnant, I never would have given it a second thought.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, your life was in danger here. You're finding out that you do have what they said was terminal cancer. You were advised to have an abortion, but you refused. Tell us why.
Well, they told me that the breast cancer was very, very extensive. It was all over my breast. So this was after surgery. We find out it's completely riddled in my breast, 13-centimeter tumor, 43 lymph nodes out of 43 lymph nodes positive. They told my husband I was likely terminal. Now, the thing was, because I was pregnant, they couldn't scan me, but it had appeared that there was nowhere else for the cancer to go but to my distant organs. And of course, termination is always on the table there, but I denied it completely because, first of all, I'm very pro-life. I believe that every life, whether in the womb or outside the womb, is sacred and it deserves life and is worthy of life. Second of all, this child saved my life. It was time to save his. I wasn't going to just discard him just so I could, figure out if I had terminal cancer, if it was all over my body, or what was going on. Third of all, I'm also a pharmacist. I have a doctorate in pharmacy. And before I even consulted with doctors, I'm a big believer in being your own best advocate. And I did so much research into peer-reviewed articles. I consulted a doctor, Dr. Cardonic, with the Pregnancy and Cancer Registry Network, who's worked with thousands of women who are pregnant with cancer. And I was surprised to find that I could undergo chemotherapy safely while pregnant with just a few modifications. And I also could do surgery. So these were all the reasons. But of course, the biggest reason is the sanctity of life.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know you prayed throughout this whole experience, and you really are proof that prayer works. You named your child after Blessed Father Solanus Casey. Now, why did you ask for his intercession during this time?
So when the doctors had told my husband I was most likely terminal, my brother was very, very upset to hear this news. And one night he prayed for me very hard. And at the end of the prayer, he said, "Thank you, God, in advance, signed Bobby." And he said, you know what? Why did I just pray that way? I normally don't pray that way. So he decided to go on his phone and just look up a TV show, any TV show, just to get his mind off things. He turned on a random app on his phone. He did not choose the programming. It turned out to be an episode of the Unsolved Mysteries, the very episode where Blessed Father Solanus Casey had healed a woman of breast cancer through his intercession. At the end of the show, they state that he is buried in Detroit. So then my brother says, I need to look up this soon-to-be saint. He looks him up, and what does he see on Google? It says, Blessed Father Solanus Casey, famous for saying, thank God ahead of time. And he had just thanked God in advance for me. So we felt that this was divine providence, that God was saying, go to this tomb, ask for this soon-to-be saint's intercession, and all will be well. And that's exactly what I did. After every single chemo, I went to his tomb, I prayed at the tomb, and I begged for his intercession, and God delivered.
Yeah, so tell us about that. Right after the baby was born, you finally get the scan? Is that right?
Yes. So
Okay.
finally, I get to scan because you can't scan while you're pregnant.
Hmm.
And my doctors had prepared me. They were expecting that there would be cancer in all other organs of my body, or at least somewhere else in my body. I did a CT scan of the chest and abdomen. It was clear. I did a bone scan. It was clear. To this day, they cannot find cancer in me absolutely anywhere.
Oh, wow, I'm getting chills when you're talking here. We're so happy that you are well and that your baby is healthy. Breast cancer survivor Jessica Hanna, thanks so much for being here and sharing your story.
Thank you for having me.
Hi, I'm Christine Persichetti, anchor of Currents News. If you like what you saw, please hit the like button on this video. And if you want to see more content just like it, subscribe and click on the bell for notifications. Thanks for watching, because we are putting your faith in the news.